In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on October 16, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Cincinnati Bengals versus New Orleans Saints. The Cincinnati Bengals head south to the Saints for an AFC versus NFC showdown in New Orleans. Both teams come into the matchup with a 2-3 record. The Saints are having their share of injury problems, while Cincinnati tries to get back to their winning ways of last season. The Bengals are 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 road games and 11-2 against the spread in their last 13 games overall. The Saints are 38-14 against the spread in their last 52 games in October and 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games in Week 6. The under is 10-1 in Bengals' last 11 games overall. The under is 5-2 in Saints' last 7 home games. The Bengals are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings. The underdog is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings. The Bengals' running attack has struggled this season, but it could kick back into high gear against the Saints, which possess a weak run defense. Led by Mixon, the Bengals have the 26th ranked run offense. The Saints are giving up 130 yards per game on the ground as teams are imposing their will against their front line. The Bengals could kickstart their run game against the Saints. New Orleans rely heavily on the run as Hill and Kamara had big games against the Seahawks in their last game. Cincinnati ranks 7th in rush defense as they allow only 99 yards per game. Their ability to stop the Saints on first or second down will force New Orleans to have to throw the ball. I considered the New Orleans Saints and the points, but their injury list is longer than DMX's arrest record. Winston, Olave, Landry, Marshawn Lattimore, Thomas, and others are all dealing with injuries. The Cincinnati Bengals are healthier, and they're also playing their best ball of the season right now as the offense is starting to gel. The offensive line is blocking better, and the defense is 8th in scoring defense. The Saints have way too many injury concerns for my taste. The Bengals will dominate the line of scrimmage on offense and defense, as the run game is the main storyline of this Sunday afternoon contest. I generally avoid siding with the public when they are all over a certain NFL team, but I agree that Cincinnati is an obvious pick. So the Cincinnati Bengals to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Trends rarely get past 5 or 6 games in the NFL due to the nature of the betting market, but Cincinnati has now gone under the total in a remarkable 10 consecutive games. The Bengals have gone under in 8 straight road games during that stretch. New Orleans could be without almost all of its key receivers in this game, along with its starting quarterback. The Saints have been playing low-scoring games as well, cashing the under in 8 of their last 12 games. Cincinnati's offense has been inconsistent this season. The run game will be a big focus for each team on Sunday, which will allow the click to tick all afternoon. The points will be at a premium for each side, as the Bengals are allowing only 17 points per game. The Saints have allowed 20 points per game during each week this season. The under is 10-1 in Bengals' last 11 games overall. The under is 5-2 in Saints' last 7 home games. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Jacksonville Jaguars versus Indianapolis Colts. A pair of AFC South teams renew their acquaintance and discontent with one another on the gridiron in a Week 6 matchup emanating from the Hoosier State. The Jacksonville Jaguars are on the road as they make the trip to face the Indianapolis Colts Sunday afternoon. Jacksonville took a 13-6 home loss to Houston in their most recent contest last Sunday. Indianapolis picked up a narrow 12-9 overtime win over Denver on the road in their previous contest last Thursday, giving them a couple extra days of rest and preparation time. In the all-time regular season series between the teams, the Colts own a 26-17 advantage, but the Jaguars have taken 2 straight and 4 of the last 6 matchups. offense. That includes a 24-0 home victory in the first meeting this season back on September 18th. The Jaguars are 8-20 against the spread in their last the 28th of October games and 3-10 against the spread in their last 13 overall. Jacksonville is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 in Week 6. Meanwhile, the Colts are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 in October and 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 overall. Indianapolis is 1-3 against the spread in their last 5 in Week 6. The Colts are expected to return star running back Jonathan Taylor back to the lineup. He was in practice on Thursday as the Colts desperately needed him in their close win over the Broncos. But the Jaguars pose one of the best defenses against the run this year. Jacksonville gives up an average of 98 yards per game, which ranks 6th in the NFL. The Jags will load the box and force Matt Ryan to beat them through the air. The Colts' poor offensive line play, which gave up 6 sacks in their last game, will be challenged again by a Jacksonville defense that is only allowing 312 yards per game. The Jaguars need to bounce back from the disappointing Texans loss though. Jacksonville put up 422 total yards and 22 first downs in that one, but the 2 interceptions and sketchy 6 of 1-4 rate on third downs didn't help matters in the second half. As for Indianapolis, they haven't exactly been dynamos on offense this year, finishing with 20 points or fewer in 4 of the 5 games. The last time these teams met up was a pretty one-sided affair featuring 3 Colts interceptions and just 218 yards of offense. The Jags defense will keep the team in the game and keep this game close in Indiana, so the Jacksonville Jaguars to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Jacksonville enters Week 6 having seen the over-hit in 3 of their 5 games this season, though some of that can be attributed to low totals. The Jaguars have combined for 50 versus Washington, 24 versus Indianapolis, 48 versus the Chargers, 50 versus the Eagle, and 19 versus the Texans points in their 5 games this season. In those games, the sportsbooks had set totals of 43, 44, 45.5, 44.5, and 43.5 points, so the threshold hasn't been all that high to begin with for them. Indianapolis has stayed under the total in all 5 of their games this season. The Colts have put up combined point totals of 40 versus the Texans, 24 versus the Jaguars, 37 versus the Chiefs, 41 versus the Titans, and 21 versus the Broncos points this season. Meanwhile, the sportsbooks had set totals at 45.5, 44, 50.5, 43.5, and 42 points respectively in those contests. We've seen the under hit in each of the last 4 meetings, and both teams are in the top 10 in the league in scoring defense. These 2 offenses struggle to score whether it is against good defenses or bad defenses. Points will be at a premium on Sunday afternoon as the Colts are averaging 13.8 points per game, which rank last in the NFL. Jacksonville is scoring an average of only 22 points. Expect this game to be a low-scoring defensive battle. The under is 5-1 in Jaguars' last 6 games versus the AFC South. The under is 5-0 in Colts' last 5 games following a straight-up win. This game likely won't take 20 points to win. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Baltimore Ravens versus New York Giants. The New York Giants play host to the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday afternoon in a crucial matchup for MetLife Stadium. The Ravens are coming off of a win on Sunday Night Football last week, sneaking by the Bengals. For the Giants, they've strung together 2 wins in a row, and after last week's comeback victory in England, should be feeling good about their chances of being back at home. The 2 teams last met in 2020 with the Ravens winning with ease, though this year promises to be a more competitive matchup. Baltimore is 9-4 against the spread in their last 14 games against a team with a winning record and 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 Week 6 games. The under is 12-5 in Baltimore's last 17 road games. New York is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 Week 6 games. The under is 22-6 in New York's last 30 games. The home team is 5-0 against the spread in these 2 teams' last 5 head-to-head meetings. The Baltimore Ravens are a top-tier team right now, with a top-tier dual-threat quarterback. Jackson leads his team in rushing and passing yards, so the offense has options to counter whichever defense the Giants throw at them, especially because the Giants don't have a good secondary defense. The Ravens rank 2nd in DVOA, so they can easily get through the secondary and into scoring position. In addition, the Ravens are going to focus on defending against the run. holding Barkley to minimum yardage. If Barkley isn't in the lineup on Sunday or not close to 100%, then the Ravens defense will focus on putting pressure on Jones. The Giants are 4-1 this season, but they aren't playing top-tier football like the Ravens. Take the Ravens. They have a solid defense and offense, allowing them to be dynamic in their play calling. New York continues to prove people wrong by winning and is coming off of a very impressive win against the Packers. Baltimore was able to escape with a win in their last game, but needed a last-second field goal. I don't think this is a good matchup for the Giants, so the Baltimore Ravens to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Ravens are going to take advantage of the New York secondary, which has been struggling this year. The New York secondary has yet to intercept a pass and does struggle in coverage, allowing easy yardage and way too many deep passes, which Jackson is known to sling. With this being said, I do think the Ravens offense is going to charge downfield effectively. For the Giants, Jones has done a great job minimizing turnovers that have plagued the offense in the past. Jones has done a great job scrambling and gaining yards rather than losing them. In addition, the Giants have done a great job making openings for Barkley to get through, allowing him to gain massive yardage and score some points. Both teams are going to come out strong offensively. Take the over. The New York secondary will allow big yards in the air, and the Ravens will turn the mistakes into points easily. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.